Now we will discuss about why we should meditate following the aphorisms of the Patanjali. But before that, let us chant that stotra. Mano buddha hamkara cittani naham na cha shotra jive na cha grana netre na cha vyoma bhumi na tejo na vayu Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Shivoham. There's a beautiful write-up that gives the answer why one should meditate. Stream rising from a boiling pot is unfocused and fades into the atmosphere. Stream surging through the turbine is focused. It will generate electricity and propel locomotives. Light from an ordinary flame is unfocused and flickers impotently. A lesser beam is highly focused light and it can cut still. Rays of sunrise gently warm the earth, but concentrated through a magnifying glass, they can start a forest fire. These illustrations makes a powerful point. If you are not focused and if your business isn't focused, your efforts are going to diffuse into nothing. To make a difference, you have to become focused. Your lack of focus may be costing you a great deal, personally, professionally, financially, socially. So that is the reason the tremendous power that's called mind should be focused. And focusing the mind is called meditation. And almost we are going to complete the first chapter of the Patanjali Yoga Darshan, that is Samadhi Pada, the chapter of the Samadhi. Now the question is, why we should meditate? The different type of letters are coming to me and they are mentioning there, they are practicing the meditation of different types under the different guides, but they are not satisfied. Why? Because they have not focused their goal. What is the goal of meditation? Why you are practicing meditation? Why we are practicing meditation? Only to calm down, to cool down the mind? That is one point. Or to acquire some occult power by concentration, as has been said in the Yoga Sutras? Another point. Or to understand the reality, and that is the soul, the self. So what should be our focused point? What is the goal of meditation? Thousands of people are meditating, even the army, the soldiers, they are meditating. Why? They have a goal. When they are in a difficult situation, Their mind should be very calm and quiet. Otherwise, they may not act properly. The training is given to control the mind only to get a success in their own field. The doctors and all type of people, even those who are cooking, should be concentrated. Otherwise, there may be mistakes. When you are writing, when you are walking, when you are cycling, when you are driving, every time our mind should be focused. Otherwise, the chances of making mistakes. So these are different type of goal to achieve. Now that depends on us why we are practicing meditation. Now all these days we were studying three different points, a three different way. Patanjali, he is teaching us. First, what is the mind? And what are the problems to control the mind? Second, how we can overcome that. And third, finally, what is the goal? Now, we will come to that goal afterwards, but here we will find that some of the definitions, those who are studying very seriously the yoga, for them it is essential, it is necessary. But still we should know, because there are different types of meditation and different types of samadhi. Samadhi is the ultimate. Samadhi is the goal. Samadhi is the culmination. Samadhi means total cessation of the mind. Total cessation of the mind. The moment we say we are to some extent afraid, what is going to happen to us then? When there is no mind at all, what happens? When there is no thought at all, what happens? So that is naturally, we are a little cautious about this. There won't be any mind. Without the mind, how can I survive? And when there is no mind means when there is no thought waves. Mind is there, but purified mind. So, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling that you can see God with these eyes, with this mind, but it should be purified. Otherwise, you cannot. Why? What is that? Impurity and purity? Words only they have used. Impurity doesn't mean as we think. Impure mind means almost all of us are impure. Why? Constantly thinking about the worldly things. I am thinking, I have left my hearth and home 40 years before, but still thinking something worldly. What is that? How to develop the basement, how to develop the ashrama, how to get some donation, how to get these and that. It's going on. Maybe that it is not only for me personally, but still worldly things, worldly thoughts. But that I am purifying. How? I am offering to God. That is the way of a devotee. The devotee is doing everything. But ultimately, you will see that after the conclusion of this discussion today, every time what we do, Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. We give it to God. Arpan means giving. I am giving it to you. So that way we are purifying our thoughts. And the purified thought means only when there is no thought at all. How the thought comes? When our indriyas are connected with the object. We know now there are 5 jnanendriyas, the senses of knowledge. What do? They go and collect information from the outside world. And what is this world? The different 5 things only 5 things. That is, it has a form, it has a taste, it has a smell, like this, rupa, rasa, gandha, shabda, sparsha. The sound is there, touch is there. So all these we are collecting through what? Through the senses, through the eye, through the nose, through the ear, through the skin, through the tongue, we are collecting. And then there are another set of 5 again, karmendriya, the workers, indriyas, senses, they work because mind is ordering. So this way we know ultimately there is an object and I am connected with that object, and then that object is sending some impression on my mind stuff, and that sometimes is good, pleasant, sometimes bad, unpleasant. That is the whole of our mind. That is the whole of our psychology. That we are studying psychology, and there are so many doctors, they are studying psychology, different type of people, different type of way they are behaving. Why? Because of this only these 2 things, subject and object. Object of all these things, and when it is coming and then giving us some suggestions. These suggestions means, see, the person is looking at me. He is not looking in a good way. Maybe that he is thinking that he will come and beat me, or he will do, and that. One of our Swamiji was there. When he was very young, he was bitten by a dog. And in those days, they used to take 13 injections, and big injections. I have not seen, I have heard about it. I don't like to see also. So and that was a very painful experience for him. So whenever he used to see any stray dog looking at him, he used to immediately, hey, that dog is looking at me, isn't it? It's looking at everyone. So he is actually searching for the food, and I don't think he is thinking that you are his food. And then like that, why he is scared? Because of the experience, very scared experience. And they say, when the cow, it was inside in its room, and it got fire, and then the cow had an experience of that red, and whenever the cow sees that the red clouds, it's afraid. That way we know whenever there is a person who is a very good person, very loving, very cordial, very friendly, from the distance, when we see him, oh, there is a person, now I am safe. He will come and take all. So that way all the good impressions, bad impressions, and our personality. The more we are having positive type of thoughts, our personality is good. The more we are having negative type of thoughts, we are afraid. So that is the only thing in the whole human life. We are making it more and more complicated, but how to get rid of it? Through meditation. How? By concentration. How? By keeping some object before our mind which will give us very happy impressions. So that way we are going now. That is only the beginning. There are so many steps we have to go on. Ultimately, it says there are so many different types of samadhi. Samadhi means the ultimate of meditation. And even then there are so many types. We will just read from here. Suppose we make one chart, one samadhi. From that chart, from the samadhi comes 2 lines. One is asampragyata, another is sampragyata. These are the terminologies. Asampragyata, and then asampragyata and sampragyata. One is negative, one is positive. When it is sampragyata, then under this sampragyata comes again sabitarka, nirvitarka. Sabitarka means challenged. Sabitarka, bitarka means when we are conversing or doubting, debating, bitarka. That means when we are going to that ultimate concentration, still doubt is there. And that is the reason the mind comes down. Whenever there will be little doubt, naturally mind will come down. I told you that incident, and one of our Swamiji, he meditated for a long time and came back. He met our senior Swamis, the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, and there Swami Brahmananda ji and Mahapurush Maharaj, they were all sitting, Shivananda ji. Then he came and he announced, Swamiji, I have achieved my goal of life. I have got samadhi. Then Raja Maharaj, this Brahmananda ji, as it was his nature, he was quiet. Shivananda ji asked, oh, this is good, very good. Do you want much more than that you have achieved? He said, yes, I want much more. Hainai. No, you have not achieved the ultimate, a little. So when you meditate, sometimes we get joy or peace. And we think that is the ultimate. No, we have to come down. That's called Sabitarka Samadhi. It means that with the questions, the expressions of Sabitarka Samadhi, Samadhi with a question. Is it the ultimate? Is it the final? That questions comes. And then naturally our mind comes down. Swami Vivekananda is telling that knowledge is power. And as we begin to know the things, we get the power over it. As soon as we get the knowledge of a thing, we get the power. Yesterday, I was having trouble with our computer. A group of people, once in a month, the first Saturday, they are sitting over there waiting for me on Skype discussion. And very high philosophical discussion we do, that is Viveka Chudamani, the topmost of the discrimination. And naturally these people, they come, they are waiting. I am also here, we are using the computer, nothing. Every time computer is telling we have to upgrade. I told they upgrade afterwards. Now we are. Then when almost the 20 minutes was over, then suddenly one gentleman came. I told, can you please help? He did something and it started working. That means that everything was there. Because I was not knowing, I couldn't use it. So knowledge is power. The moment you are having that knowledge, you get that power. Nowadays all people are having small computer in their hands and they are doing so many things. Still I carry my diary. They are telling you are carrying the best class computer in your hand, the iPhone, everything you can write over there. I told I can write, but how I will find out where I have written? And to find out that, I need you again. So it is better to write on the paper, so it is in the pocket, I know what I am going to do in the next month. So because I don't know that, I am not utilizing it. I can't do that. Why? That is knowledge is power. Similarly, those who are meditating on these objects, they become powerful on those objects. There is a story in the Mahabharata. Then one person, he killed, mainly he was the main person, killed the son of Arjuna, the mighty warrior. He killed the son of Arjuna, he was a very young boy, and they killed not in a proper way that one should have fought with him. 7 people, they surrounded that young boy and killed. You know that most of those who have read that Mahabharata. Then Arjuna promised. You know, the Kshatriya Veera, they don't think afterwards what will happen. Immediately they promised, if I cannot kill this person who has killed my son before the sun setting, I am going to kill myself. He promised. In those days, one should have to keep the promise. And naturally, when he declared like that, all the enemy camp was so happy. And they protected that person, Jayadratha, in such a way so that Arjuna cannot reach to that Jayadratha. Arjuna tried very hard, but they were all 7, the big fighters, they were keeping that, and Arjuna could not reach. It was almost, the sun was almost setting. What will happen? Then immediately Krishna came in his to Arjuna's help, and he covered the sun. He asked the sun, cover yourself, make it as if it is a evening. Sun was covered, and they thought it is now evening, days are over, Arjuna is going to burn himself. All that people they were enjoying. Jayadratha also came out. Krishna asked that sun, now again you come up. And the sun came, and then Arjuna was just in front of that Jayadratha killed him. Jayadratha was taken away. What has happened? This is the miracle of Sri Krishna. How could he do that? When we read this portion, we say, oh, this is all bogus. No, it is not. The Krishna lifted the whole hill on his finger. We say, oh, all these parts are bogus. Some of the things are all right. Most of us do not believe it because we don't understand the power of meditation. If you are having this, capturing this power, then you can do anything. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna never wanted to show it because most of us, we want occult power. We don't go for any spirituality. We don't bother about spirituality. We are very much interested to get the occult power. I used to say, see, I am not getting any people over here to listen to me. If I simply say, those whoever will come, I will just put my hand on his head or her head and every problem will be solved. We will see, there will be queue. Whether it happens or not, there will be queue. Then afterwards I have to leave this place. That is a different thing. So people are very, very curious to get something through like this occult power. Krishna, Sri Ramakrishna. Someone came and told, sir, will you please come to my house when there will be Durga Puja? Sri Ramakrishna used to love that person very much. He said, okay, I will come. Sri Ramakrishna was in Calcutta, and that person was nearly 200 miles away. In those days, it was so difficult to reach. You are supposed to go at least 2-3 days before because the journey was tedious. And the Shashti came, Saptami came, one after, the 5 days worship of Durga. There is no Sri Ramakrishna. Then this person, when he was crying, you promised, but you are not coming. It was the Ashtami day. He saw Sri Ramakrishna standing by the side of Durga. How could he do that? So that is the occult power. Now the science slowly coming up to that. Science is sending our picture to so many places. Just say, I don't know, now the live stream is going on. So many people are observing me, hearing me in so many different places. Even from India they are observing. Thousands and thousands miles away. It is science. A few years before, occult power. It's only science. How capture the object in the nature, get the mastery of that, then you can use that. That's all. So this type of samadhi means if you are having this samadhi, sabikalpa samadhi, sabitarka samadhi. So this is at the second step is nirbitarka samadhi. Sa and ni. Sa means with and ni means without. So nirbitarka samadhi. Bitarka means doubt. So with doubt samadhi, without doubt samadhi. This is also very good. How it is? In the Sabitarka Samadhi, it was the gross matters were there that we were controlling. Now a little finer, that's called bhutas. In the Sanskrit terminology, it's called bhuta. Bhuta means it is 5 mahabhutas. That means they are all subtle. The same thing, but in a subtle form. One person is constructing a building, but before constructing the building, he built the building. Where? In his own mind. In his own mind, he is building that, oh, I should have like this, I should have like that, and that is subtle building. The construction is in a subtle form. All those things he is thinking in a subtle way. Every time we do that, when we are going to do something, we think and we create that. After that only the physically it comes before us. So when there is no thought, there is no action. Unless and until there is a thought, good or bad, whatever, they're all planning, and then only action is coming. So when your mind is going little higher and concentrating on that subtle one, that is called nirvitarka samadhi. And this nirvitarka, in special situations, it's become separate. The subtle one going separated like this. So we know that there is a statue. Suppose there is a statue of gold. Now one person came, and the beautiful statue, he never cared for the material by which it has been created, the gold, very costly gold. But he was only looking at that sculpture. Oh my God, how nicely it could carve. The person, he was only going on appreciating the statue because he is an artist. So it is subtle. And when everything was over, another person came, and he never cared for how it was carved and how beautiful the statue looks. He was thinking how much weight it is, so that if I can somehow take it and can sell, then I will be a rich person. He was counting on the gross thing, gold. So both of them, they were concentrating. One on a gross thing, that is the gold, and he was getting the result also. Another, he was concentrating on the subtle. He was also getting the result also. It's the same result. When a person is drawing some picture, the one person came and he was looking at the Indian football game, not American football. American football is played by hands, and the Indian football, and one ball, 11, 22 person are playing. This man was a very rich man, but never played football, never saw that. Then he said, why they are fighting with one ball? Give them 22 balls. He is having the money, but he is gross. You don't know the subtle thing. So that subtlety, that means the more you are growing up, the subtlety comes. And similarly in the spiritual life also. When you go to God only to save ourselves from something that direct this material object, is gross. Oh God, please help me for this. Oh God, please. That is the beginning. Nothing wrong. Nachiketa went to that death god, Yama, the god of death. And the Yama said that 3 days you were waiting for me, I will give you 3 boons. Ask what? The first boon he asked was gross. What that? Now that I have come to you, to the death, I cannot go back. But I like to live. I have come, just my father told, so I have come. Bless me so that I can go back again. And when I am going back, people can recognize me. From after death, when people are coming back, then they will immediately say, oh, the ghost, and people will be scared. No, it should be normal. And then my father and mother, my family members, they should also be happy with me. This is the first step. Second, he said, now his own personal problem was solved. He said, I have heard that there is a heaven, and if one goes to heaven, then he is not afraid of the food and drinking and all that. He can enjoy all the time. I want to give that knowledge to everyone. I have seen so many people suffering. Suppose I go back and tell them the secret of going to heaven, they will be so happy. All people will be happy. So can you please tell me how to reach to the heaven? So that was also second. But the third one, that was very important. As because, oh my God, you are standing on the threshold of death and birth, tell me, is there really a soul that is traveling different bodies. When you die, something goes to another body and comes and takes birth. Is it true? Is a self is there? How to know that self? Give me the knowledge of the self. Subtle. So when we are meditating, we first tempted to get this type of idea. If I am concentrating my mind on the tip of my tongue, I will get the wonderful taste. Let me try that. If I am concentrating on the tip of my nose, I will get wonderful fragrance. Let me concentrate on that. The whole material thing. And then secondly, the mind. Let my mind be always happy. And the third comes a Prakriti. And the fourth comes the self. So another samadhi comes, that is Sabichara Samadhi. Sabichara. If you can remember these words, these names, one is Sabitarka, Nirbitarka. Sabichara, Nirbichara. Vichara means with the discrimination. Sabichara, with discrimination. I am doing it, but still there is some doubt. So, Sabichara Samadhi. Here, from there it goes to Nirbichara Samadhi, next higher state. The meditator concentrates on the Tanmatras. Tanmatra means when you come to this temple, immediately your mind thinks of something divine. That's called Tanmatra. I mean, when you go to a shop, you never think about God, do you? No. You never feel like that. When you go to a hospital, when you go to a movie, a cinema hall or theater hall, you never think like that. So the Tanmatra means any place, because of the continuous practice of that idea, is having vibration of that. We don't understand, but the moment we enter, we feel it, because it entered into our mind, touch our mind. Those who really are very receptive, they can understand. Some of the people, they really see ghost, because their mind is receptive. Their mind is like that. One of our Swamiji, I heard about him, he used to talk, one person, he was for a long time, he was in that ashrama, Narendrapur, very famous school. And then afterwards he passed away, but the soul, it was so much attached to that ashrama, that's why they say, don't be attached wherever you are, not even in the temple. Because the moment you are having that attachment, you will have to come over there. Your mind will be always there, so soul will be there. You are not having the body, but all other things are there. Your impressions are there, mind is there, you are coming. So this person, he was still there. Some of our other junior Swamis, they were going to meet the senior Swamiji who was writing something, sitting on the veranda outside the room, open. Then they saw he is talking with someone, is looking up and talking, conversing with someone. No, you forget about all those things. Now you go, leave that. It is all over. You have given all your things. Now you go, be in peace. Then they were wondering to whom he is talking. Then suddenly the Swami noticed that these junior people, they are coming. Then he talked, Acha, meet me sometime afterwards. Now these people are coming, they may be afraid, you please go. When these junior Swamis went there, they were feeling some peculiar feeling, they were not feeling happiness. The moment Swami said, you please go, something happened. Nothing externally. But again they felt normal. Then some of them picked up some courage and told, Swamiji, if you please don't mind, we noticed that you were talking with someone. Really someone was there? Oh, you didn't see. That's good that you didn't see. But he named that person who passed away 2-3 days earlier. He came and he was talking about the problem in some of the places of the asrama. So I told him not to come again, and we will take care of all this. It happens. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna saw this. He entered into a room along with one of the disciples, that is our Swami Brahmanandaji. Brahmanandaji, he was a young man, he didn't see. And after the food, he wanted to sleep. But the Swami Sri Ramakrishna entered into that room, stood for some time. He was also ready to take rest. But immediately he said, "Come back, we will go." Brahmanandaji, he was the son of the Sri Ramakrishna, so naturally there is no formality. He said, "Why? I like to sleep now, I am feeling sleepy. Why should I have to go in this summer sun? You must come," he forced and came out. Then afterwards told, "You didn't notice the corner of the room, 2 ghosts was there and they were praying to me, 'Please go away. Because of your halo, the holiness, we cannot bear. We don't like to leave this room. You better go away.'" So this thing happened, whether you believe it or not. This is there because all the soul are there. Who can understand that? Only who is having that type of temperament. In the Tanmatra, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is going to a temple and he said, "No, it is not the temple." He went to, all people took him to a place and they claimed that this is the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya. All people believed that this is the birthplace of Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu. But Sri Ramakrishna said, "No, I don't feel so." Then afterwards, when he was coming back in a boat in a Ganga, and in the almost near that shore of that river, on the boat itself, he stood up and shouted, "They are coming, they are coming." And then he was in Samadhi. Afterwards he narrated, "I saw the 2 brothers are coming, this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his brother Nityananda. They are all, these 2 are coming running to me and they entered into my body. They must be, the house must be here somewhere." And then afterwards they found actually it was so. The village was there. Now the river, it has taken that, the whole village has gone into that water. It was the original house they have shifted. How it is possible? Tanmatra. That is the terminology. Tanmatra. That is why whoever is coming to this temple in the shrine, we say, "Please sit quietly, take the name of God, try to meditate or read some holy book. Please don't talk. Please don't chat something else." Or sometimes the people will come and complain, "You people don't allow our children to play." I told, "This is so big field is there, and I have made over there for the children's that park. Let them go and play over there. Inside the shrine, if they are playing, Tanmatra will go, and the people who will come over here, they won't get the benefit of a temple." Sometimes you go to a temple which is not properly kept clean, not clean and not properly painted, but still if you go, you feel joy. And then some places are there, there are also temples, so nice, so beautiful, but you don't feel that spirituality over there. And that is called Tanmatra. So this is when you are gradually meditating on the Tanmatra in that subtle point, then only it is very, very high type of Samadhi, Nirvichara Samadhi. Then Sananda Samadhi and Asmita Samadhi. Sa Ananda, with joy. It is called more higher. Here, the quality that bereft of the qualities of Rajas and Tamas. Rajas means activity, and Tamas means dullness. There are 3 things, qualities are there. That is the analysis of the ancient philosophers, the rishis. They say that three types of qualities are there. One is Swatik, Rajasic, Tamasic. The Swatik type of quality, that is all peace, happiness. You will feel when someone is coming before you, you feel joy. You like to talk to them. And that someone is coming, you are a little bit afraid. Now he will come and ask us to do this and that, something, some problem. So that type of activity, so that is also there. Maybe some people are thinking about me like that, the second one. Not the third one, that is the tamas. Dullness, all the time criticizing, all negative. Whatever they see only negative. They cannot find anything good. There is one person, he always used to criticize. Then another, one of his friends, he thought, I will prepare everything in such a way, at least there he will say, no, this is good. He prepared everything as he liked, very perfectly, inquired, researched what are the things he likes, and all this. Then he came, sat, talked and ate. Everything was perfect as he liked. Then this person told, now what is your comment? All these good things are also not good. There should be some defect should be there. Ato bhalo, bhalo noy. So when all good things are there, that is also not good. So when you are looking at the negative, if you go and mix with that person, negative thought will come. So that's why in English they correctly say, a man is known by his company. Around you, who are the people and what type of thought they are thinking, what type of action or work they are doing, that proves your thought also. So that is the reason you will find through the sometimes Sri Ramakrishna, the other day we were reading, then the Tuesday class in the Gospel, he looked at a person and immediately told, I can see him, his mind, his personality, as one can see things behind a glass. Just so clear, I can see him. So that type of tanmatra. So this is telling Sananda Samadhi is there. And then come Asmita Samadhi, I, and nothing else. It's not ahamkara, it's the only that much left. When this Asmita Samadhi comes, they forget totally their body. This happened to very young Narendranath. Afterwards, Swami Vivekananda used to go and constantly request Sri Ramakrishna, everybody is getting Samadhi, I am not getting. So please bless me with the Samadhi. Sri Ramakrishna, he is the master. And one day, all they were meditating, and suddenly he got that Samadhi. Eye consciousness was only there. And he was shouting, where is my hand? Where is my leg? Where is my body? And the other, they were touching his body. Why, Naren, you are having the hand like this is your body, but he was not recognizing. Eye consciousness was there, he was talking, but the no feeling of the body. Then ultimately they went to Sri Ramakrishna and told, perhaps Naren has died and he is talking like this. Sri Ramakrishna told, no, you won't understand. Let him be like that, I will talk to him afterwards. Slowly the mind came back, then Narendranath went to him and Sri Ramakrishna told, you have here now understood Samadhi, but the key is with me. I will keep that key with me. You have to work for the betterment of the people. Because the moment you get that Samadhi, it is so much of joy, you don't like to leave that. And once a person is getting that Samadhi, the joy, they will never come back to work. But Sri Ramakrishna wanted that the true religion, that is Vedanta, should be spreaded all over the world for the benefit of the people. And he was the best person to do that. Sri Ramakrishna prepared him in that way. So he was telling, you cannot go back to Samadhi right now. I am holding the key. When the time will come, I will give. As if it is so easy. So that is called Asmita Samadhi. Now, Swami Vivekananda, he wrote a beautiful poem on these only. Afterwards, of course, if you purchase this book, In Search of God and Other Poems, there's the beautiful poems that he wrote, some directly in English, some translated. And this is the poem wrote in Bengali, they translated it, but don't get that favor as you get in the Bengali. He is telling, lo, the sun is not the calmly moon, nahi surja nahi jyoti, nahi shashanka sundara, nahi surja the sun, nahi jyoti, nahi shashanka means the moon, sundara, all light extinct. In the great void of space floats shadow like the image universe. When you are going down into that samadhi, what is happening? He is trying to give the description. There is no sun, there is no moon, there is no light, there is no fire. Only the image of the universe you can see that is floating. In the void of mind, involute, there floats the fleeting universe, rise and floats, sinks again, ceaseless, in the current I. The whole universe is again and again coming and going down because the I consciousness is there. Slowly, slowly, the shadow multitude entered the primal womb and flowed ceaseless, the only current, I am, I am. Ami, Ami, Bahe Matra, Ami, Ami. The flowing, only I consciousness. The ultimately, when one is going into that deep meditation, I am meditating. The body consciousness is not there. All around the surroundings is not there. But I consciousness still remain. And then finally, lo, it stopped. Even that current flows no more. Void merged into void. Beyond speech and mind. Beyond speech and mind. Speech means the expression. Mind means the thought. Even the mind cannot think what to talk about the speech. How can it give the expression of that? Those heart understands who verily does. Bojhe matra, bojhe pran, bojhe jar. Bojhe pran, bojhe jar. He who has realized can only understand. Sometimes some people will be telling, can you show me the God? We are all scientists. Everything that we do, we can show to you. But is it really possible to show God? Because it is the subjective experience. It is not objective. Anything that the science is explaining, it comes within this time, space and causation. So there are the opportunity to express through the words. When it is a direct experience, only subjective experience, you can try to express, as the Swamiji is telling, Bojhe pran, bojhe jar. The only that one who has realized can understand, and that is called asampragyata samadhi. The friends, the ultimate thing of samadhi is asampragyata. So we were discussing that the samadhi, and it has two wings. One is sampragyata, another is asampragyata. Under the sampragyata, there are so many, as we were discussing. Now comes the ultimate of that samadhi, asampragyata. This samadhi is the acme of concentration. It is attained by constantly practicing the cessation of all activities of the mind or the chitta, stopping all the activities of the mind completely. There should not have anything in this samadhi. This is the perfect super consciousness, asampragyata samadhi, the state that gives us freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from fear. We are afraid of death. That is the ultimate fear. Why we are working? We need food, we need shelter, we need clothing, we need protection. So we are working, earning money so that the protection, because we are afraid of death. And that is why we want that freedom. But the moment the person achieves that, he is totally free from all fear. And it is said in the history that Alexander went to and met one person, a rishi of India, and his name and fame was too much. All people used to praise. He is a wonderful person. And the kings, whatever they will find precious, they always want to take it for themselves. So he sent his people, go and ask that person to come into my court. And they came back and said, sir, he is regretting, he is told he won't. Alexander himself went. And he said, I will give you so much of money and this and that and position. Come to my court. He said, why should I? I don't need that. Then ultimately, when he said, I am going to kill you. Well, you are a very knowledgeable person, I felt. And you were telling just like a child, talking just like a child. You cannot kill me. Well, you can only cut this body. But you do not know, I am the self. I am not afraid at all. Then Alexander told, you see, save my face. As a king, I have come to give you something. If you are not accepting, it is an insult to me. Then, okay, you like to give me something? Will you please stand aside a little this side, so that the sun ray that is coming, I was basking in that, I like to enjoy that sun ray. Please give that. They don't want anything. They are not afraid of anything. The Jamindar, Mathur Babu, he came to Sri Ramakrishna to tell, when I won't be here, who will look after you? Baba. Baba means the father, he used to call like that. So I will give you this much of land, so that from there, whatever the income will come. Sri Ramakrishna took up a stick and told, after staying with me for so many years, you learned like this? Go away, you fool. I don't need all these things. Then he went to the mother, Ma Saradamani Devi. And mother from the behind, she told, how can I take all those things? Because whatever I use for him only. So please don't mind, I am not ready to accept. Then he went to the mother of Sri Ramakrishna, Chandramani Devi, the old lady, and told, you must have to take something. Nobody is taking anything from me. I want to give. I am the Jamindar, the landlord. I want to give. Why you should not take? He could somehow tell like this, because the elderly lady, compassionate, she told, you like to give? No, okay, let me see what I want. Then after a lot of thinking, she said, I have something that she used to take, she used to eat, that is not much. The stock is becoming low. Can you please purchase those things for me? And he said, these things so cheap, and that you are asking from me. So these people are so satisfied, they don't want anything. How the worldly people will understand them? The people who are constantly running after name, fame, how they will understand it? So that is the thing. The Swami Ranganathananda ji, the government of India wanted to give him the Bharat Ratna, the highest honor of a country, Bharat Ratna. To get the Bharat Ratna, people are mad. And he said, if you give me the Bharat Ratna, where I will write? Because my name is Swami Ranganathananda. This name has been given by my Guru. I cannot use that Bharat Ratna before my name, because that will be an insult to my Guru. Again, I cannot use the Bharat Ratna after my name, that will be insult to my country, so don't give it. He was completely satisfied. So that is, the satisfaction comes when we reach to that samadhi. And what is that samadhi? The perfect, super conscious samadhi, this called asampragyata samadhi. And Sri Ramakrishna describes this also. This in a different way, he is telling jada samadhi. It just like become stone. So when the Sri Ramakrishna used to meditate, so many birds used to come and sit on his head and making their nest. We cannot think of. When I was very young, I read this Jada Samadhi and the life of Sri Ramakrishna. Then I told, I will also sit like a Jada Samadhi. I sat. And when I see the nature also, with all the determination I sat, then one scorpion was coming to me. I was trying to close my eyes, but suddenly I saw from the corner of my eye the scorpion. I told, my God, if it bites, then sting, then what will happen to me? Let the scorpion go, then only I will see. Then somehow I moved that scorpion, then again I sat. Then there came a lot of ants from where I don't know. Suddenly they made their path through that. So I got up and said, this is not for me. So this way, when you are trying, there will be so many types of difficulties. It's not so easy. It's not so easy. Sometimes some people, they will be criticizing Sri Ramakrishna, not knowing anything about it. Have they ever tried to control their impulses, their mind? Have they ever tried meditation in that way? Dispassion? No. How can they discriminate? How can they criticize about a person like this? So you are very good in your own subject, but you do not know what the others are. So unless and until you are trying, you cannot, you should not criticize. In the Bhakti scriptures also they say Chetan Samadhi. One is Jada Samadhi. Sthita Samadhi or the Jada Samadhi means just like any insentient being sitting like that, like a stone. And then in the Bhakti Shastra they say, in this Samadhi there remains the consciousness of I. How? I am the devotee of God. When one went to that Mahavir, Hanumanji was constantly meditating on Sri Rama. So his whole soul was nothing but Sri Rama. And they asked, what is this particular day? Tithi, we call the lunar and the solar and the changing of the stars, that way they count. And what is the Tithi? He said, I don't count the Tithi. Because why should I? Sometimes some people, they will be only going to the temple or the churches on a good day. When 24th December or 23rd December, all people are going to the church. But all through the year, they never looked at that church at all. Only one day they will go. Tithi. Like this also, the people they are inquiring, when is the Ashtami Puja? We will come. Every day there is the same puja we are doing, but only Ashtami Puja they like to come. The Tithi, like us, ordinary people. But they constantly going on chanting, taking the name of God, and then slowly meditating on God in such a way, they cannot think of anything else but that. When he was asked, Mahavir, what is this Tithi? What is this particular day? He said, I don't know. The only one I know, that is Rama. And then in one occasion, he said, that is also just in a different way, allegory you can say, so much I love Sri Ramachandra. If you open my heart, you won't see the physical heart, you will see only Rama sitting within my. And he opened, they say, he opened the heart and they saw only Sri Ramachandra sitting inside. So that is also Samadhi. He is moving, talking, leaving, but in Samadhi. How? Because within his heart is only Mere to Giridhari Lal, Dusra na koi. The one, another famous devotee, she told, and she used to sing the Krishna. And Giridhari means the one who is lifting the mountain, the hill. Giri means the mountain. That is Krishna. So Mirabai, Bai is a title, is respectfully given to the ladies. In the North Indian ladies, they get the Bai. So Meera Bai, her name was Meera. She was devoted to Krishna in such a way she could not see anything except Krishna. So that is, the Krishna is my only. I cannot see anything else. So that way also is meditation. So they are describing all this meditation. Then ultimately, what is the result? With that we will conclude. So all these things that we are doing, but what we are going to get? Adhyatma prasada. Adhyatma prasada. It says that if you get that meditation, this type of meditation, what you get? Adhyatma prasada. What is that adhyatma? Your own self. Prasada means contentment. Says adhyatma prasada means inside your mind you are always calm and happy. So what is the ultimate thing? Peace. Ultimate thing is the peace of mind. That's why Ma Saradamani Devi, she is telling, if you want peace, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna fixed the goal of every human being. The goal of every human being is to reach God, know God. But what is God? We are confused. Ma Sarada Devi, she told in a very simple way, if you want peace, and peace is the goal, peace is the God, peace is the ultimate of meditation. And here in the Yoga Sutra, the terminology they are using, Adhyatma Prasada. Adhyatma means the self. You are contained it. You need not to go anywhere for anything. You are so contained. Why? Ritam Bharatasya Prajna. Because your whole mind is full with knowledge. And finally it says, Tajja Samskara. From these Samskara. Samskara means you have come over here. You are listening. Sometimes you are liking, sometimes you are not. Sometimes you are convinced, sometimes you are doubtful. But these thoughts are going and impressing, giving the impression on your mind. And sometimes you forget, oh my God, it's okay, he was talking, some good. But suddenly, sometime, maybe after 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, suddenly it will come up, oh, he said like this, and it is like this. That's true. That is called samskara. All the thought that goes down deep into our mind and keeps the impression over there is called samskara. And this type of samskara, the samskara of the God, of the meditation, of the self, that close the samskara of others. Samskara means again the thought. Why a person should, that's why in our society they have introduced Diksha. Why? Because when you are going to a guru, you know the name of the God or goddess, but the guru will tell you that you must repeat it in the morning and the evening at least 108 times. And then from the childhood we learn you must respect your guru as God. You should not doubt and you should not deviate from his teachings. So that psychology, the total surrender to the words of Guru. And what the Guru says, don't tell lies, don't hurt others, be always alert and try to practice this nema. What is that nema? Something. Even in the Ramakrishna mission, they give the name of Jesus. Many. So that you go on repeating, that will help you. The samskara. When you are going on repeating the name of God, you are driving the car, you are going on repeating. And then there is a red light or something happened, you are waiting over there, all people are honking or they are eager, what will happen? You think, oh, that's good time, because I can now repeat the name of God. Because you are stopping over there, you start counting the name of God, then suddenly you will see it's a green light and you are moving. Where the time has passed. Samskara. And how it comes? Other samskara stopped. Other samskara means thought. When you are not like that, then you start thinking, oh, if I had having a cup of tea now, I could sip, or some food to munch, or something will go on. Then you are criticizing the government, oh, they don't keep the road clean, we cannot move these things. There's so many things will come. Samskara, thought waves. You cannot sit quiet. But when you are countering with the thought that the Guru has given, what you get? Peace. After all this, wonderful peace. No problem. I was supposed to go over there, that was the appointment. I was there, I was trying to go. Now what to do? It's not the will of God. So you are satisfied. Never agitated in anything. That is the help. So this is called, this tasya samaskara is totally tasyapi nirodhe sarvo nirodha nirvija samadhi. Nirvija, there is no seed of thought. So you are totally contented. Now we have completed the first chapter. But wait, there are another 3 chapters. But the next chapter that's coming, that is very important. All this, the description that they were giving, the goal they were telling, that this is your goal, that you have to go, and not that they are telling this is your goal and go. No, they are teaching us how to go over there. Now the teaching, how to control our mind, samskara, this will be sadhana pada, the practice. Sadhana means practice. This is very important in the second chapter, sadhana pada. From the next classes, we will start reading this sadhana pada. Now let us conclude with that chanting again. I am the self. That is the meaning of the whole. I am the self and nothing else. And the self means Shiva. Shiva means peace. The Shiva is always quietly sitting, never disturbed. That is the symbol of Shiva. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyanam navasangatam naiva muktirnameya chidananda rupa shivoham 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 shivoham. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. The friends, you know that next, the end of this month, there will be a retreat, spiritual retreat. I will be giving the retreat, and then on 2nd October evening time, we will have the Ashtami Puja, Durga Puja Ashtami, and that evening, because it is a working day, and we will have from 6 to 7 Durga Puja, and from 7 to 7:30 the usual our Arati, evening Arati, and then we will all go down, and in the presence of all of you, we will inaugurate our the auditorium. There is almost 350 sitting capacity. It is a beautiful auditorium that we will inaugurate, and that particular day a group of people will come and they will sing the Chandi in Hindi, and also the songs that usually they sing. So there is a beautiful, the Sanskrit songs and the Hindi narration, it will be there. All of you please come on that day, that evening. We have not named yet the hall because we do not know. Actually, again, coming back to the worldly things, if anybody gives $100,000, we will name after that, because we have spent that much money. Because slowly we were thinking it will make it just a hall. Then someone told, put this, then this, then that. Naturally, more beautiful. The more you put the sugar, more it becomes sweet. So we have given a lot of sugar, 100,000. Now it has become very good. So that we will name after that. Then afterwards we will have that program, and I will send, if you have the addresses with us in the office, your email addresses, we will be sending you the email, giving you all the information. And the end of that October, there will be another retreat, a special retreat by Swami Ishatmananda. Many of you know, he is a very senior Swamiji and very good Swami. He will come along with one of his assistant. He is also a young Swami, but very good singer. He will be singing, Gautamji will be explaining about the Upanishad. And the final day, we will have a fall banquet. That will be very good banquet. There will be dances. The 2 dancers are coming, one very good musician. Then there will be tabla lahara. This type of functions will be there. Lectures. One lady from the church, she is the pastor of the church, she will come and speak. Then the Indian, the Consular General, he will also come. Our Swamiji will also speak. It will be very grand function. Please inform your friends and relatives to come and join. That will, I think, on 26th of October, Sunday morning time, because from the 11 to 3, that is the time. Thank you very much.